all of the signs point toward this being Vitality's map. And let's see how it goes. Vitality on the T side, Navi on the CT side, and we are going to get right into it. So early on, just a single smoke and a flashbang picked up by Shock. So they're not going to have a very, very deep execute, and I don't really mind that. I mean, there's a lot to cover on this map. If you wanted to buy all the grenades for an execute on in the pistol round here, you wouldn't really have that much else to work with. Shox also has a P250, but there isn't one on Saiwu, and I don't know, I kind of would want to see that. He's been great with it.
That's what we saw on Nuke.
Yeah.
That's what we saw on Nuke. Quick in there, 83% win rate on pistols for Vitality. That's actually a monster stat. Their pistols are so scary, both sides on this map. So definitely something to keep in mind here as Apex clears out long. But already Simple kicking it off. RPK's out of the picture, and Boomich and Electro, they're getting smashed.
They are absolutely getting shut down here. Yeah, they needed that long push, by the way, from Apex to work, because that is the pincer maneuver onto the bomb site. And once that falls short, there's not that much left. Shox and Saiwu, it's a dangerous combination, but they've only got one kill so far. And, I mean, they already know that this is a bit of a switch. They're down towards the B bomb site. They're not actually on it, but they don't need to be. When you've got this much of a lead, just spot them out. Make sure you don't lose anyone else at this point in time. And then go for the retake if you need to. Bomb will go down. And Shox, I don't know. This is asking so much at the moment, but at least it's a bomb plant. And did Electronic have a kit? Otherwise, no one has one. They're going to go straight for it. No kit in hand. Saiwu with a kill. Looking for more. Oh, he actually does line up a double. This is doable. Shox, though, under some pressure and being forced back. Not all the way into the tunnel. He comes back for seconds, and Boomich will take him down. But they survive on 15 and 13 health. Navi just barely get the pistol.
I was going to say that the last two players that you would want alive in a pistol round for Vitality would be Saiwu and Shox. If you stood the best odds of winning that pistol round, you'd want your pistol specialists, I suppose, you know, to be in that position. But Simple, that was a clean shot on RPK earlier. Get out of here! He takes me suited that way too. Yeah, that is a sick round. This is the issue, actually, that we need to kind of emphasize, and you kind of did, right? Simple's warmed up now.
Yeah,
there's no like ramp up where he's going to start a little bit quiet and then start getting louder and louder as the map progresses. We can expect a full power Simple right out the get-go here.
He's coming in hot, and what's so devastating to consider, or frightening, I think, to think about, is that as well as he was playing towards the end of that map, it's not even close to the top. There's so much more still ahead, which, you know, I'm sure Vitality are not thinking about that right now, but if you haven't seen it before, you could be in for a bit of a treat here. Now, this buy out of Vitality is incredibly powerful. There's only really the AUG that's a very dangerous rifle here against what they have. The rest are SMGs, and they can still be good, but they're not going to pack quite the same punch. And I think more than anything, if you end up retaking against, you know, like an AK that's holding a corner, or even a Galil holding a corner,
yeah,
that could be really scary. So that AUG on Simple either needs a really, really high output, or they need to catch some of the people early on going into a bomb site with one of those SMGs. Perfecto and Flamey have a bit of a setup here. And I think a grenade, a Molotov, in fact, but instant kill. Yeah, they're running through the fire, but that's going to be traded, and that is probably still worth it. Oh, but a follow-up! More Molotovs coming in, even if that was Perfecto's grenade that killed him. I mean, he would have been dead either way.
That is
rough.
Brutal. Double Molly. Slow, you know, just loving the smell of napalm in the morning, Navi.
They really, they just carpeted the entire entry with fire.
Except that, you know, RPK doing that Forrest Gump impression, this time Forrest Gump did not survive. Running on the edge of that napalm, just not happening.
Not a good look at all, is it? Boomich, I don't know if they spotted him, but now they'll definitely know. Simple is up there on the high ground, taking down Saiwu. No problem at all with the AUG, and he'll just continue to do that. And I don't think there's much Shox could do. 6 seconds here. I don't think he can get the bomb plant, so he's going to go down. And the AUG does come through for them at the end. I mean, it was the setup earlier on that made this possible, but still a pretty good triple for Simple. And that'll be a 2-0 lead in favor of Navi. And Vitality, I don't know, they did some damage, but this is, I guess, on the other side of it. When you buy those SMGs, you're not going to be quite as frustrated that you lose them. Yeah. And now they know they can definitely rebuy them. They know they're going to be up against pistols here.
And Boomich is even, I mean, fair enough from Boomich as well. Might as well just cut some corners. You know they're not forcing, so USP is perfectly fine here. Just click those heads. And well, I mean, it's very early days. It's very early days here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious about Vitality. I mean, Vitality are no slouch on the T side. 55% win rate on T side Overpass for Vitality. So, I mean, it's like, it's not a weak T side by any stretch. And Overpass is just barely T-sided these days. Barely T-sided. So strong T side going into an even stronger CT side just because the Strauss and Vitality are just better on CT.
Yeah. No, I mean, we should definitely remind people because, you know, whatever the result is at the end of this half, you have to consider that probably Navi won't be really strong going into it. RPK and Cyber out here. They've got Deagles. Haven't seen anyone yet. Oh, Boomage, though. Again, just with the USP, but he's just going to be buying time. And he's got backup here as well. Apex is very far back with the bomb at the moment. They need a pretty great opening to make this even close to possible right now. Your Vitality, you need, you know, clean headshot on someone important with the rifle, and then probably even more than that, like a good follow-up to get the bomb down even, and then maybe we can talk. 30 seconds on the clock. Navi have used pretty much all of their grenades, so that's worth thinking about. And they're getting closer to the bomb site in a very slow fashion. I still think this is very unlikely. Trying to make it work, but yeah, I mean, Navi are just playing it far back, and why wouldn't they? Apex has got the bomb on the other side, but Perfecto is here and waiting. Saw it coming. All right.
Good discipline on Perfecto's side there. Everybody's rotating off of B, but he stays put because they don't see the bomb on A. So
yes,
you can see that kind of mistake. Even at the pro level, it gets made every now and again, just the over-rotation. But Perfecto showed some good discipline there, stayed put on the site, and Apex, well, no joy this time. No bomb plant, and so they might be a little limited here coming into this round. I mean, actually, Zywoo's going to have enough for a full buy. Oh. Yeah, no glass cannon. Were you hoping for the glass cannon?
I was hoping for the glass cannon into the quad boost. It's all like straight off the bat. That would have been, well, probably wishful thinking, but it would have been cool.
It would have been sick.
Now, Simple is, look at this again. They got 3 MP9s and then the AUG and the M4. And again, it's really not that you can't make it work, but it is obviously not going to have the same impact as if you had the AWP and a lot of AUGs. I mean, look at how Shrouders are playing these days on the CT side. It's basically 1 AWP and 4 AUGs, more or less.
Pretty much, yeah. They're going to be, I mean, with the MP9, though, looking for close quarters combat. And that's why Simple is still chilling around here, but Misuta's going to catch Simple out completely. So man advantage for Vitality now in this situation. You can see Boomich is starting to peel off of B, or he was thinking about it. Do you just gamble B instead and just hope that this is going to work out given your inferior firepower here on Navi's side?
I'm also confused about Simple playing that much alone. Now, Electronic was up at the restrooms roughly around the time when Simple got killed, but he actually had a flashbang. I mean, he could have flashed over to actually help Simple jump out from the stairwell there and just gone to fight. I don't know. Seemed like there wasn't much coordination between Electronic and Simple at that moment. 35 seconds. Vitality moving on to the site. They still have plenty of time to go for a bomb plant here, but Perfecto winning the fight and the follow-up. Oh, Masuta. That is a very much needed double kill for him to take. Third in the round for him, and Shox is already watching for Flamey, who's trying to get that flank in. Electronic on the other side with the AUG, but I think this is all on Flamey to try and open this up for Electronic. Otherwise, I don't think it'll work out. And Shox, I think he's already seen it, and he still goes down. I can't believe it. He doesn't win the fight, and now it's a 2-on-2. No smoke on top of the bomb, so they're going to have to go straight for the fights here to try and get it done. Electronic not quite hitting it. Masuta finding his 4th kill. And Flamey, I think, now realizing, yep, that AK is going to be a better choice. So Vitality will pick up their first round. And I don't think that was as smooth as it could have been. Looked like they almost didn't breach that bomb site. Masuta, a bit of a hero in this round.
This is the risk you run when you stick with SMGs if you're Navi. Like, I almost want to see more teams just start to ditch the SMGs. Like, cool, you had it, but then just chuck it and still upgrade to AUGs. Because with superior firepower here, Navi, I think they win this round. I think they're just held back by the fact that they're just missing that little bit, right, that the rifle gives you over the SMG, in that you can back up Simple. Maybe Simple plays passively and backs off to the A site instead of lurking around connector, you know, if he has a rifle instead of an MP9. You know, it's these sorts of things where it's like, you know, the gamble.
And I mean, if nothing else, you could say there is some consistency in Simple getting with the MP9 pushing up, because obviously you see that the problem is if you've got that medium range, at least he was trying to go aggressive. Now he's got the AWP, and that is an Overpass classic. Pushing up to the corner and just sniping away at whoever was there. Nice shot, nice early takedown. RPK not going to be a factor in this round.
That's as bold as it gets. Just straight up, just straight peek. And Vitality, I'm so surprised to see that they just got completely caught out by that. And so now with the man advantage, and that's been kind of the theme, Navi, when they get that man advantage, they just don't let go. And so Vitality have got their work cut out for them in this all-important round. They need to chain rounds together here, Vitality, to start getting some momentum shifting their way. Otherwise, Navi can just get that lockdown, and, well, it is going to be the split onto A.
We've only got one smoke left on the Vitality side, but the flashbang will do almost all of the work. And Simple, he was just forced back there. He didn't want to stay on the bomb side with the AWP, so bomb goes straight down. And actually, in spite of it being a 4-on-5, that looked remarkably easy for them. You see the AI prediction there? Not looking too bad for Navi, but I'm not so sure. Boomich goes down. Simple next. It's Apex with a big double kill. And that should call the retreat here. Navi, yeah, they pick up the AWP, and they're just going to be backing out. That actually looked so much easier for Vitality than I would have predicted earlier on.
And if we had Electronics cam footage, you know, I think it would be a bit of that meme thing showing up on Reddit or, you know, Twitter or whatever, where he's just staring at his screen, totally white for like 10 seconds. Because I swear he just ate 3 flash grenades, you know, as Vitality push onto that bomb site. That was a brutal execute coming in from Vitality. If you're caught in the open the way Electronic is, I don't think you have a hope or a prayer. Because he is just like, you know, even ZywOo's getting flashed. There's so many flashes coming in.
And you're seeing, I think, part of the problem as well is obviously that there's the smoke at the bank, but there were at least 2 Molotovs. You see them actually right here. It's a great angle.
Yeah, perfect. Look at that. 1, 2. There should be a third here. There's a third. You know, like, where do you look? You're just...
You don't.
What a nightmare.
You're just out. Buy some really good sunglasses next time. Hope you can make it. But I think some of the Molotovs there as well, on top of it, made it tricky for Simple to stay on the bomb site. Normally people try and ult from behind those boxes, and, you know, like that should be the big factor. And I don't know, Simple just got really pushed back in a way that I would have not normally expected. So that's interesting too. Simple here. Yeah, he's looking for someone. Not going to catch anyone there, but it's kind of close. Shots ringing through. Now, where are they going? They're looking for the B bomb site. There's a big stack down here. The AK and the AWP are both here. Boomich has moved out really far. Let's see if he can catch anyone. ZywOo's jumping right out. And again, the flashbangs clearing the way for a Vitality early on here. Looking good.
It's not like Vitality are good at dealing damage with their grenades, but their flashes have been just tip-top. Perfect so far to create openings for themselves. Bringing it back to a 4-on-4 is a big deal. Look at Simple rotating already up to the A site.
He's not going to be there in time, and they have so many grenades. They should be able to Molotov and smoke this out all day. I'm actually shocked that they haven't thrown any yet. That gives him a big opportunity. That's very dangerous. They could have easily been a snap kill there for Simple, and then suddenly it's a 3-on-3, and who knows how much more he does. So I'd say that's leaving a little bit too much up to chance. I realized they didn't want to signal that they were there, so I don't mind that they didn't throw them from far away, but once you're on the side anyway, might as well do it. But anyway, very, very quick decision called to run back there as soon as they heard the ult from Simple. They were just straight to the A-bomb site, so that's a nice job. That's going to tie it up 3-3.
Indeed it will, but it also sets Misuda up, and I'm really happy to see him getting kills. He's currently top fragging for Vitality. He kind of had a big struggle against Astralis yesterday. We didn't really see a level that we expect from him.
Yeah.
He's definitely been performing well. It's just that he kind of faded in that series yesterday. So if him, given the chance to play here against Navi, starts off strong and maintains that, shows up with that firepower that Vitality need. Ooh. Nice hunt. You see? Like, if he shows up with this kind of firepower for Vitality when they really need it, this is a big opportunity for him to shine and really come through when his team need him.
Oh, you're definitely right. And it's such a great luxury because we keep looking at ZywOo and Shox and all these names, but both those players, and I mean, I think Pimp was talking about RPK underperforming quite a bit.
Yeah,
if someone
RPK was absent.
Yeah, like if someone like Masuta could do a lot here, it'll create space for the rest of them also to start to get a bit more into it, and you know, probably also feel like, okay, we've got to help him out because he's doing a lot of work here. Anyways, 3-on-3. This is really great news for Vitality. They're doing a fine job at the moment, and Navi are trying to hang on to the economy as best as they can, but they lost the AWP at the end of that last round. And that is, I mean, that's a massive kill. On top of everything else that Masuda was doing in that round, that makes a big difference.
They've still given Simple the AK. At least they know who's buttering their bread these days. You know, just give him the AK. Let him hit headshots. Doesn't have the AWP? Fine, fair enough. Give him the next best thing right now on the server. Although Apex, I thought perhaps he was going to get peeked there. The smoke has just cleared, and Electronic is going to actually back off and play with Simple. So showing a little bit of presence, but this is still Vitality setting themselves up for that B hit. Boomich, Flamey, and Perfecto are about to get hit here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hard hit as well. Good trades, though, Perfecto. That's an important one, taking down RPK, and now it's not looking that hot anymore. 2 versus 4. Still some time left to try and find it. Cyrus spraying through the box, but he wouldn't get the kill, and now Shock's on his own. They shouldn't be fighting him this hard. Just wait, they're coming for the smoke. They're going to get him anyway, but maybe take a deep breath there at the end, Navi. He had nowhere to go. They will get the round, and from Vitality's point of view, I mean, you see the smoke that goes up that, you know, blocks off part of the defense, but it doesn't really matter in the end. They still just get completely funneled in there. And again, this is where you would want to say, where are the flashbangs to make this way more doable? Because we've seen them on the A-bomb site, but there were definitely a lack of grenades there to make that work.
I mean, Boomich wasn't blind, and he was standing out in the open completely. Yeah. So they just did not put a flash in a position that would catch him. They were worried about Monster, it looked like, a little bit more there, Toxic. And that just did not happen, did not pan out at all for Vitality. Still, money to buy for Vitality and back into a default approach here from Vitality. So they're like, okay, enough of the shenanigans. Now we're going to hold, and we're going to see, we need to get a little bit more presence over here towards mid, at least initially, but they're giving it up again. It really is the focus on B here for Vitality. That's the game plan.
Yeah, and they feel satisfied that no one was pushed up long, so they have a timing here where they want to hit it. Already been spotted, but Perfecto, all he does is a bit of damage, and now Flamey by the barrels. He has to come up with a massive multi-kill, or this is not going to work out. They do line up. Flamey coming up with a triple. No one checked it. He was alone on the bomb site. The backup was all the way up at the sniper spot. That doesn't really count. He should have been dead almost immediately. That is massive.
That's how powerful that position is, though. If you manage to stay alive in it, no molly on you, no pressure on you. Look at this. Just impeccable stuff. And this is also working with Boomich. The thing is, between the two of them, they're setting it up to draw attention from Vitality. Vitality are so used to checking. They've been conditioned to worry about the site or short at that point, or L-bend, right? That they have to check it. And in the meantime, Flamey is just murking them. So now, Vitality, like the fact that they are trying to really speed up. I think you're right, Anders, that they've got a game plan that they're trying to execute on that B side, like a timing window that they want to exploit. But it may be that they need to try and slow things down again in here and have a little bit more of a presence in mid, and maybe even a presence on long that we haven't seen for several rounds.
What's so bizarre is that the whole theory behind that round is actually completely solid. You know, they get Perfecto, it's all fine. Just no one checked barrels. That was really just the problem, you know?
Yeah.
If you repeat that round and someone checked barrel, even if Flamey gets a kill, it's probably fine. Because again, the backup that was there, I think, was just up on the sniper spot. And you can smoke that away or just challenge it and probably win. That's really interesting. 5-3 here, and they are back with a single AK on Apex. See if they can find something to work with. Sybil's going to take him right down. So, yeah, now they are in... I mean, again, even at a 6-3 scoreline, it's not like Vitality, I think, are really panicking or anything. But Navi, I think, they're certainly playing a little bit better on this map than I was expecting. And I don't know. We'll see how scary it will get here. Shocks takes a kill. Simon trying to help out, but he's going to get shut down. It'll be Boomich with a bit of a round. A nice triple for him. And we lead into the 10th round. And actually, everybody on Navi is playing pretty well in terms of kills right now.
Well, this is to be expected, at least as far as Navi are concerned, because they have a 61% win rate on CT side. So CT side isn't the problem on Overpass for Navi. They do tend to perform, and especially coming fired off of Nuke, right, where everything was working, they were all hitting their shots. I expect, you know, them to hit the ground running here on the favored, just barely favored side of Overpass. It's their T side that we have to be worried about for Navi. That's where they're clearly struggling. They do not have a win rate on it, and so, you know, going into the T side, Vitality's chance will be that. Just not letting Navi get too far ahead in this first half. Kind of try and rope them in. Keep them around that 8-7, 9-6 area, right? Keep them in there. If it starts getting into double digits, it might be a bit too good for Navi. But this is where we have to see the discipline on Vitality's side. They have to think in the long game. They can't just be all about each round.
How could RPK have 6 ADR?
He's really... I mean... He kind of faded hard versus Astralis yesterday in the last 2 maps, and he wasn't really... I mean, he lost a few key duels on Nuke as well that we were able to see.
Yeah.
So RPK, whatever's going on here, the coaching staff need to figure out how to get him involved, how to get him activated.
I mean, he's typically a very strong player, specifically on the CT side.
He's a rock.
Yeah, so normally... I mean, I'm sure there's something to be expected when we get there, but still... Find a way to have an impact. Find a way to do something here so that, you know, just half a kill in a round, like it all counts. Electronic and Simple pushed up as a little bit of a duo. They're not too close to each other. You can still make this work, but it's hard for Electronic to fall back if they actually go and attack him. And I think if they do, he's just going to turn into bait for Simple, although they will call it off at the end. So starting to run back. Now Simple is alone. And again, this is what I was talking about earlier. When Simple is here, you know, there should be some help. Just walking right in his shocks. And that is really curious. Not even thinking about it. They're up on long, so maybe they could just leave Simple in this position and try and take the bomb site, but they're under a lot of pressure here. Nice headshot from RPK. That's what we're talking about. Find a way to have an impact in a round, and that headshot could be everything that they wanted right now. Boomich thinking about walking through the smoke, but no, he's going to fall back instead, and Simple had to go back down through the B-bomb site and is now going to be joining. They're all retaking from the same side. That is a recipe for disaster. No smokes and 2 Molotovs there on the Vitality side. I think the French have got a very, very good shot at winning this round.
Misuda right now, the fact that Simple is pulling a fast one on him, Misuda expects Simple to be over in connector. So this is going to be a big opportunity here for Navi. There's an unexpected edge that they have over Vitality.
You're right. RPK, another good kill. Finally gets overwhelmed, but Saibu and Misutra are left. That bomb isn't ticked that far. They need to hold on just a couple of seconds more. Flamey takes a kill, and out along it's Misutra. Critical shot, but the bomb is in the corner. I don't think he can get there. Oh, no! He almost had it, but Simple instead defusing the bomb, and that is a massive steal. That round was so incredibly winnable for Vitality. They had everything set up.
Anders, Simple doesn't even need to shoot you to beat you.
No.
That is what you can take away from this. He kills Shoxy and never shows himself again. Misuda that whole time is sitting in birthday, eating birthday cake, waiting for Simple to show up on that flank. It's just not going to happen because as soon as Shoxy dies, Simple's already rotating through the B site to join up with the rest of his team. So they've essentially turned that into a 4-on-3 retake. Instead of it being even, they give themselves that edge, and that's all you need with your Navi.
Oh, man. I have to go back and watch the replay. I wonder if they planted in that corner because of Simple's earlier kill on Shocks. Maybe they were worried about that. That, you know, they think, oh, we can't plant default. What if he just, you know, sneaks in and gets a kill?
So
and
cool.
Then that comes back to bite them later. Oh, dear, oh, dear. 7-3. Simple back. No scoping Masuta. Combat AWPing in the middle of the map, and now he's going to pick up an M4. He actually gets another headshot. He's so hard to kill, and Flamey chimes in for a little bit of late action there. It's now a 2-on-3, and I don't know. I am getting very nervous at the moment here. In terms of scorelines, yeah, sure, like 7-3. They could still do a lot, Vitality, but you're just getting that really weird feeling. Simple is starting to look much better. 13-6 on him.
I mean, yeah, it's just, this is the difference you get when you see Simple just hit the ground running immediately, right? Nuke, the beginning of Nuke, the first map of this series, he's bottom fragging, very quiet, not really having too much of an impact until the end where he starts to ramp up and take over. Here, he's just taking over right from the beginning. So you're having to deal with this now, Vitality. The pressure is fully cranked on. But you have put yourself in a winning position now if you're Vitality. If you buddy up on the B site, there's only Perfecto here.
How do you win this? Yeah, I mean, from this angle, you are always going to be showing your angles first, and the AUG is such a weapon for that. Now, the flashbangs, again, they've been doing a lot of work for Vitality, and they take care of Perfecto, no problem. Flamey out in the open, 10 seconds on the clock. He might as well go for it. I don't think he's going to be planting the bomb here. He actually will behind. This is madness. Sneaking in and seeing him. And it will be a round for Navi. I thought maybe Apex just wanted to straight up fight him, but not quite the case. And 8-3 the scoreline. Navi winning 5 in a row. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Flamey overperforming as well on an individual level. Not going to lie, he's definitely been taking some heat this tournament, criticism, because he's been bottom fragging. He hasn't been really coming up with the kills. Right now, he's sitting at 12 kills right behind Simple and coming up with the clutches. It's like, it is really like the meme where just Navi are just powering up. You know, they're just sitting there screaming at the beginning of the tournament. It's like every DBZ episode ever where it takes forever for him to turn into the Super Saiyan, except that when he does turn into Super Saiyan, you know you're screwed. That's what's going on right now with Navi. They've had this entire time, all tournament long, to power up, and now it's just starting to click in on the last day.
It absolutely is. It's working out very well for them. 8-3. They can still turn this around, Vitality. There's still space in this first half to actually get something done, but not forever. Shox has managed to walk. They must surely wait outside of B. Shox is so far deep in on the map on this side. If they just wait, he can win the round. all on his own. This is mental. I have no idea how he got here. He must have walked right past Electronic and Simple out there. The rest of the team, surely they wait. Surely they just said, you know, wait for Shocks to do something. Oh, Electronic is walking up behind him. Shocks isn't looking this way. Let's see how this works out. They're turning their back. There we go. Shocks is going to be the first to turn around. Oh, man. You could have flipped the coin. Who knows how that would have turned out. Okay, so that's an important kill, but it doesn't actually... Well, it does do something. Flamey goes down, and Perfecto, he had fallen back, I think, based off of that Electronic kill, so it still helps them out. Boomich catching a kill on Shocks, but the bomb is going to be planted here, and the after plant should be favoring Vitality quite a bit.
This round should be favoring Vitality now. Yeah, exactly. The man advantage, site control. Still a couple of nades here for Navi to work with, however, so they could still try and go for this retake. But, I mean, Vitality, they've got all the post-plant positions. This is super solid from them.
And they don't have a lot of money either, Navi, so if they lose the rifles, that's very bad news. Kill there on RPK will help them out a bit. Simple. Smoking up the bomb for a little bit later. Masuta taking some damage. I think he was wall banged a bit to go that low. There's Boomich with a headshot, but hunting for it, not going to be quite enough. Masuta hitting some good shots. Boomich. Yeah, Saiwu just has to stay hidden. Don't show yourself. He doesn't have a kit picked up right now, and it will be Saiwu to pick it up instead. Surviving on 3 health and Vitality, a much needed 4th round. After losing 5 in a row, they desperately needed that round.
Yeah, finally getting something to go their way. And that was off of some decisiveness there from Shoxy. Got to give it, yep, right here. Beautiful kill on Electronic, and Simple had to stay on long for so long afterwards because he thought that perhaps they could be pushing up mid onto the A site behind it. And so that positional play from Shoxy made all of the difference. And the real issue, however, for Vitality here is that that's a fluke, right? Getting Shoxy up into that position that quickly, that's not a round that you can reproduce. And so what's the winning solution for them now after that? Is it just swarming mid and hoping that you catch Simple getting aggressive now?
I mean, they're going to get help from the fact that now we don't have money.
That's a fair point.
One thing. Also, I didn't even realize, but Boomich ran out of bullets in that fight. If he had more bullets, I think he would have won. Because he had to switch to the USP, and that's why Cyber could even get away. Oh God, that'll happen. But
ooh, Anders.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, why?
Navi are gaming right now.
Is that? I don't know. It's a very Navi type round.
Listen, sometimes you got to go for the BDP.
Yeah, well, here we are. Simple getting flashed and did not want to continue to take that jump. If they win this round, it's going to be absolutely disgusting. It'll be such a steal if they make it work. And I wouldn't rule it out. Simple getting a little bit surprised, and they're hunting him, which you got to be careful. There are other people here. Boomich missing the chance with the CC, and it should be called out. RPK only living through that because of the bullets. Electronic, though, getting a double kill, coming up from behind on the stairwell. And now 4 versus 3. And they got so excited hunting that scout, they just lost track of everything else.
That was just the mega bait. Simple just played them like a fiddle, baiting everybody in, and now they're going to be able to push up onto the site here and hopefully get control. Apex and Misuda have to work together.
Yeah, very, very smart there for Apex. Very calm as well. Shocks taking down Electronic. He was waiting for him that whole time. He was just up in the birthday party area. Don't fight this. It's not worth it. Simple getting a headshot. That's why you want to stay away. It's not done yet, but it is a 2-on-2. They do have a kit on Perfecto and a Molotov as well. Now it could get a bit awkward. Yeah, counter Molotov coming out on top of the bomb, but no one is actually defusing yet, and that might have even been really early. Trying to get the swing in. There's the grenade being used. Perfecto, he's the one that's going to have to go for this defuse. Yep, Simple has to cover it. He's looking for it. He needs a one-shot headshot, and that doesn't happen. Masuta, again the hero, with a couple of kills, but my God, everything is just difficult. But now, because of the force, they might get up to 6 rounds here, Vitality. I think that's enough.
Yes, this is, it was a gamble on Navi's side, and they decided to take it. This is, I mean, from Shoxy's perspective, it was solid, but this is still Simple doing everything he can here in the sense that he is the one playing the sacrificial role. Because he screwed that flash up, he backs off, and then he starts baiting for Boomich and an Electronic. That's what gives his team a fighting chance in that round, the bait and switch setup, and it nearly worked. If they have better firepower, I think Navi are winning that round. But Vitality, whoa, sick, Perfecto with the surf. Surprise, surprise. Sorry, buddy. There was somebody waiting for you there. Oh, do we get the knife? Do we get the knife? Nice shot from Flamey, but I kind of wanted to see the knife attempt there from Boomich. That would have been cool.
Hopefully Boomich isn't complaining.
Come on. Oh, dude, Shoxy's here. Boomich hears this.
I'm surely he's not trying to knife him. Surely if they come, he's just going to switch and shoot them.
No, it's a knife, Anders.
Who would be crazy enough to do that?
Please.
Listen, well, we'll find out. We'll see. He's got the USP out now instead, but he did have the knife earlier, not wrong. All right, grouping up outside of the B bomb site, and Navi are pretty much all in on this bomb site anyway, but with nothing to really hold it with.
I just need more opportunities to get the booma booma yay, you know, gif in here, man. Seriously.
Listen, he's been playing very well. We'll get the opportunity. All right, here come all of the standard grenades. What we were lacking earlier, at least in some of those B executes, were really flashbangs onto the side. Now, this position, very hard to flash, but they find a way, actually, really close. Not checking it. He only has a USP. It's hard to get a lot of kills with. He's right in between them, missing the first shots. Oh, no, the knife would have been better somewhere. I mean, you had the right idea.
I want bleach for my eyes so that I can just burn that away.
Anything but that USP, right?
This was sick. Well, this was perfecto. That was cool.
It just doesn't do the job, does it?
Oh, dude, he should have just gone for the knife.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. He listened to you, and that's what he gets. If he'd have gone to the knife, he would have gone down in history, man. It would have been amazing, and that would have been it. But instead, he went for the USP, and...
Yeah, I'm sorry, Boomich. Oh,
15th round, Anders.
We'll do it next time.
So far, Vitality somehow... When it looked like, I mean, the impression that you get is that Navi should be utterly dominating this half, and yet somehow Vitality are in here, and there you go. There's your wish.
Yeah, they're going to go for the boost now. It works in a couple of different ways, obviously. Yeah, you could get the guy up at the sniper spot, but you could also just get a guy jumping down, and that's what Sai was looking for right now. Remember, he's lightning fast, so ooh, there's a bit of a chance, but I think it was spotted, so time to call it off. And this is, you know, you're not just doing this for free. When you do this, and you either go straight to B, but the risk is you don't know if they're out on long, and if you go back to check long, there's so much you have to do. RPK has no idea. They could be anywhere out here, and he's being pretty quick about it.
Yeah, I don't think that they know, like, the Navi didn't spot it. Electronic and Simple didn't budge. Which, like you say, right? Normally, they would have been charging top mid and taking control of playground. Instead, they just stayed put where they were, which makes you think that they just didn't know what was going on. And so, Misudo and RPK just charging, taking control. And Electronic, however, is going to get a chance here. Does he catch him looking the wrong way? Nope.
Timing not working out. RPK with another very important kill. Think of his ADR earlier. Was it 6 when we were in the 10th round, just starting in the 10th round? Now he's up to 9 kills. He also had 1 kill at that point in time. Now he's up to 9. What a great return from RPK. That's super important for what's happening here. 25 seconds, and the B bomb side is empty. I mean, Navi just putting it all on this A side to try and hold it, and it is not where they're showing up. RPK dies, but it's probably just fine. He did enough in getting that first kill. Bomb is going to be planted now. And everything is lining up really well for Vitality. They should be winning this round. Perfecto is coming in from the connector, and everyone else is trying to retake from the tunnels themselves. So let's just see. That bomb is already taking quite a bit. Not seeing a kit on anyone either. It's all just, I mean, none of this is trending in Navi's direction. Headshot is pretty good, but the trade is going to be in for Apex right away. Boomich trying to jump up. Hiding behind there, Simple, walking into the line of fire. He will survive, actually. And now they're in those tunnels. Can they get back out? They still don't have a kit, and he's going to shoot the guy defusing. Apex, an absolute hero at the end. The quad kill, surviving on 9 health and getting him that 7th round. What a monstrous performance at that last round for Apex. That just secured them, I think, a very, very good shot at winning this map. We're going to see if they can in the second half. It's coming up after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half, second map here, and it's Navi versus Vitality at Blast Premier. This has been just a bit of a roller coaster on that first half. It really looked to me like Vitality were about to crash off of a cliff, but they hang in there, and now they're doing fine. 8-7, that's really good. They're in a perfect position right now. I don't think mentally they're sort of showing it yet, but if they can win this pistol round, maybe even without the pistol round, they should be in a good position.
The odds favor them to win the pistol round. There was already an oddity that Navi won the pistol round in the first half, considering how dominant Vitality are with pistol rounds on Overpass.
Cyber being flashed in, turns around, getting more headshots. Can he get a third one in there? Not quite, but that is really good. Some wall bangs being traded there. Electronic nearly went down. That's a nice trick, and, you know, leave it up to Cyber to just spin 180 and just immediately execute whoever was behind him. So that's really well done.
Does Shoxy catch electronic though? This could make all of the difference. That was a nade set up by Shoxy as well. Let's see it though. He is going to get the timing.
Oh dear. Yeah, still got a chance. At least he didn't get completely shocked. Misuta going down. Now Simple's going to turn the corner and try and fight Shoxy. He's already waiting for him. Yeah, he knew what was coming. He's got that P215 hand. The bomb is down at B, and Boomich has already cleared it out. This is very well done. Vitality very quick to go out there and try and help Shox, and now Boomich is in the corner. They're not even going to check it. He's going to turn around. You didn't get your knife earlier, Sebo. Oh, now maybe. No! The knife could have done it again. We're going to have to learn. Electronic and Simple. 2 versus 3. This should be a 1 round already. It should have been done. Electronic trying to fight it. He's low on health. He gets 1. Could he get the second? Shox is right behind him. He's on top, in fact. Jumping down for the straight defuse. And he without the kit, he's going to have the time. I can't even believe it. Vitality should not have won this round.
It's too painful. I think we're going to see this again, too. Why do we have to relive it? No.
Close your eyes.
Please.
Samla, you don't have to.
Oh, no, and they're showing the other one, too! Why are you doing this to him? Did Boomich, like, steal your lunch or something? Like, what's going on? Why we gotta do him that way?
Production have no mercy.
Not a shred of mercy. That old Viking side is shining through here. Oh, man. Well, that's brutal, but that's also Vitality really coming through in the clutch. They absolutely had to win that pistol round. The odds favor them to pick up that pistol round. 83% pistol win rate on Vitality on this map. And, like, now we go into their strong side. 62% win rate on CT side, Vitality. Like, this is now going into their wheelhouse. Navi, I think, really needed more rounds on their CT side to pull ahead because their T side, Navi, needs a lot of work on Overpass. It is not strong.
The setup for that whole round, I mean, and it is Boomich that sets it up. You know, he clears the bomb site, he keeps pushing, I mean, it's just all working out really well, but that one little bit at the end, a little detail that was missing. Man. Yeah, but you are right. This T side, we don't have a lot of hope that Navi are going to be able to bring it all the way back here. Would love to, I mean, if we are proven wrong in that, if it turns out they're going to beat the odds or the current statistics for it, that in itself would be a very interesting story and something that would really catch, I think, almost everyone off guard. So
certainly, but it's going to take that kind of level of performance from Navi to get into the grand finals.
Yeah,
they have to upset the stats because statistically, Vitality are ahead in pretty much every metric against Navi. Navi, it is the underdog story here for Navi. Yeah. And they got smashed as far as this veto is concerned. So we'll see. Vitality setting up on that B side. They've got 3 players ready. And Navi have got plenty of nades for the execute.
Yeah, they do. And actually, I mean, some of these nades, look at where RPK is. 1 good Molotov on that and 1 good flashbang to get into the tunnel. It could be interesting, but counter Molotov coming out at 15 seconds. Apex and RPK, but there's just no time left right now. Even with the SMGs, this is perfect. The fact that they had held on to that last Molotov for the monster tunnel, I don't even know what you're meant to do. That's a masterstroke of genius right there. At that, you know, sub 20 seconds, that's very hard to do.
Well, I mean, this is the Navi curse, isn't it? You hear that 20 seconds, you hear that Molotov go off, and in Navi, it's the background just like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's what it feels like, isn't it? Oh,
here
man.
we are again. Ah, Navi running down the clock to the last possible second.
And also, because they throw that Molotov, they can all peek with RPK on the L-bend side.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about the tunnel. They just all go there. So it's a sort of 3-man peek to do that. That's really well done. Normally very, very tricky to hold on to grenades that deep into a round. I mean, even if you know Navi going to be slow and all the rest of it. Oh, Boomich is on a mission, but I think Simple is... Side was covering this from quite far away. Electronic getting caught. Yeah, and I think Side was already spotted out that they are there. But it looked for a minute like he was going to sneak through. Oh, right.
Sit down. Aye. The 1 taps.
Instantly.
Yeah, so Boomich, that was beastly. Love to see it. But as far as Vitality are concerned, they're still fully equipped. And Navi, lacking the firepower, lacking the nades, this should still be Vitality locking this down.
Yeah, and actually, just that last round, you see the 2 AKs that are in play now on the Vitality side.
Yep.
You know, upgrading that from SMGs into AKs is always fun. You love it.
It's spicy. It's a feel-good moment. We've all been there.
Hold on.
What?
Boomich actually, look at how close he got up long. It's a good damage, but Flamey with the headshot. No one was covering long that whole time. That is confusing. Perfecto, Molotov forward, but I don't know what's going on. RPK, why is Perfecto out in the open? More grenades raining in, and the retake is on. Flamey continuing the fight. They nearly lined up there for Masuta. He does have a smoke, and that smoke could be worth its weight in gold right now. If he could force the fight, I mean, there's a scout and an MP9 on the other side, and they're far away. This is totally doable. Goes for a little bit. Now he's been tagged up, and he's going to go straight for the defuse, but it's no longer possible. And Navi steal around, and I mean, also partially given around. I don't know why. I don't have no idea why Vitality weren't out long, like even looking for it.
Well, let's see again here. Well, this is from the bomb plant. As the bomb is getting planted, RPK Johnny on the spot showing up. Again, that nade is just not a money nade. You should be able to line that nade up onto the default spot every day of the week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just details, small details. But if that HE hits where the bomb is planted, as it should be able to, you're getting a kill with that HE. You're not having to deal with somebody else. So, I mean, it's these little things that are really coming back to bite Vitality. Although I am still going to say that was a sexy shot from Zywoo with that scout. That flick?
Oh, yeah, it
Get
was.
out of here. That was wild.
But at that moment, Zywoo's holding restrooms and long, except he's never actually looking long. So Boomich just sneaks up there the whole time. Yep. That is a huge oversight, in my opinion.
Shoxy getting bopped earlier, coming back to haunt them.
Yeah, I mean, that is a round that they should have never even been really close to losing. And the real issue is, again, we were just celebrating the fact that they had those 2 AK stolen. That's a lot for their economy. They still get the AWP on Shox, and it delivers off the bat. He's got no armor, so glass cannon AWP. But the fact that it happened so early on in the second half here, if they don't win this round, Vitality again, like, they're letting Navi right back into this game. And for obvious reasons, they cannot afford to do that.
No, of course, of course. But it's worth mentioning again that Vitality, you know, they're heavily favored on the CT side. They are comfortable on the CT side, and we just watched them smash Astralis yesterday on Overpass. So Astralis tried to pull a fast one on him, and that definitely did not work. So Vitality have the confidence on this map. So even given oddities like that, the fluke kind of rounds where it goes against them, I still think that Vitality just have every edge here in the second half, and it's on Navi to keep coming up with miracle rounds like the one we just saw. So simple, you know, 1v4, work cut out for him, bomb dropped. It's just nightmare stuff here for Simple. And he's going to get spotted. So easy peasy. Now, what's going to be really fun is to see the presence in mid from Vitality. They tend to like to have, they tend to just really focus on restrooms and that kind of long passive setup there for Shoxy. Like, that's their hallmark. What I want to see out of Vitality, though, is a bit more of like an Astralis kind of device position, like getting up into Birthday and really trying to, or like Simple, right? Just getting up there and just going for the pot shots. Zai will get in there with that op and just feed it to him, you know? Just be aggressive and not let Navi get the ball rolling and set themselves up.
They have the skill for it. There's no doubt about that, right? They definitely have the firepower to try and do that. I'm really curious. However they play this CT side now they have some money, I want to see some sort of stability now out of Vitality. I feel like some of these rounds are just, they're so all over the place. Now,
bully them. Yeah,
or at least just you get into the groove. I just feel like they're outside of their comfort zone right now. Every round seems to be weirdly more difficult than it should have been.
Yeah.
I just want to see them calm this down.
They're giving him too much respect. You're the number 2 team in the world.
Maybe, but also, but not even. I mean,
you've got the number 1 player in the world.
Just before, when Shox was running back from long and getting caught, there's absolutely no reason that happens. They knew that Boomich was there. Just they need to really find a way to calm this down a little bit. They're up against pistols. This should be again one of those rounds that they just sort of walk out of Vitality and they start to feel a little bit better. I really think that they are a little bit more stressed than maybe we're realizing.
Yeah, I think they're giving a bit too much respect to Navi, and that's coming back to bite them. I think that's what cost them on Nuke in that second half, where they just let it slip through their fingers. And now, you know, it's about getting in here and knowing that you are the better team if you are Vitality. You need to make the plays. So Shoxy, he's changed it up. He's no longer got that AWP. He's got the AK. But again, he's in this one-and-done sort of position here where against pistols, close quarters, he can get overwhelmed by Flaming Electronic without a doubt. And sure enough, he will be.
That's a good shot from Zywoo. And I mean, normally in that position, it could be even worse because they could pop flash you. So yeah, I've never enjoyed that.
No, neither of us are big fans of that spot on the map.
Shock's probably going to be kicking himself that he didn't at least just get the kill. I doubt that it will change the outcome of the round, even though it's annoying. I think they're going to be just fine anyway.
Even if you get the kill in that position,
oh no,
what's the best sort of scenario?
Oh, missed chance. Perfecto getting a headshot. ZywOo now, close range. He's doing more, and right on top of him is Perfecto. 20 seconds. He's caught out in the open, and he at the time he could have got the headshot. ZywOo with a quad kill, but honestly, that was about to spiral out of control.
Dude, there was a world where Perfecto hits that shot on Apex.
Yep. ZywOo, I mean, again, this is all great, but the round should not be based on this. This isn't how you should be staying in the round. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Some of these rounds, they're just... Why is it that chaotic? Why are they not managing Vitality to hold on to rounds? Because again, if nothing else, that's super expensive for them, right? They just lost 4 rifles for really almost no reason.
They keep throwing that HE as well, so okay, that's interesting. ZywOo, that's the second round in a row he's throwing that HE. Perfecto catching Shoxy. So this was the identical setup that they just used in the last round Vitality, and this time around it is not going to work. Shoxy is gone. And now with the man advantage, Navi, they can start that boa constricting.
Yeah, so Shock's playing that position that Electronic was playing on the other side, catching a nice kill there on Misutra. RPK, I mean, if he goes down, that's the end of the round. There is nothing that they could do right now. Apex and ZywOo on their own, separated on different bomb sites. I don't know what it would take. Navi would, I mean, they're such a slow team. Normally, they don't just, straight run onto a bomb site. That would be the dream right now if you're a Vitality, for them to just try and go for it and let you have that fight. But they're going to slow it down. Electronic is sneaking up onto the A bomb site, so he's going to be checking that. When he finds an empty site, they can just rotate back. They've got all the time for it. Yep, he's going to be saying, yeah, well, could just run the bomb over here and I'll cover it. Or you can wait for me to go and shoot them in the back. I mean, all of those options are on the table. Yeah, they're going to bring the bomb back. Why not?
Makes sense. ZywOo and Apex. Actually, best case scenario for ZywOo and Apex, there's a chance that they can save their guns now. That they wouldn't have had otherwise if Navi chose to go B.
Yep.
They would die.
There are just a couple of things that I'm wondering about with that position, and I think I brought up the same thing when Electronic was holding that position alone, because he was, and he had Simple just really far back. So we're gonna try and make his escape. All right, he's getting legged, but that position that the Shox went down in when he was playing there, he's got 2 teammates there, over by the L bend by the B bomb site. I mean, if he really wanted to take that fight, there are a couple of things. He could either throw a pop flash on his own, or his teammates could flash him in, but he's that they can throw a grenade that goes through those little windows that are up there. So there's just so many things that I don't understand about that particular setup. It really feels like that's just Shox all in on his own, and he's got nothing to help him with. Like, he's not smoking it, he's not throwing any Molotovs or anything. It's just, let's hope this M4 works out. Yeah. Anyway, 10-11. And now they're out of money yet again, Vitality. That's where that 1 versus 1 from earlier comes back to really haunt them, right? Even though they won it, it just depleted their entire bank. I think they're so far off their center of gravity right now, Vitality.
And look at this setup here from Navi, holding so far back. They don't even care that they've given up mid, given up restroom. Electronic is just sitting pretty back here, just waiting for these pushes to come through. And, well, ZywOo's going to walk around the corner, or is he? He may just hold. No, he's going to hold, and he works out perfectly. So Electronic gives up that AK, and now that's so unfortunate that Electronic felt like he had to go and push there, because now that opens up the flank, and Navi have to worry about aggression coming through from Vitality from different parts of the map.
Yeah, they pretty much have to push B. I guess the only real advantage is there's not a lot of firepower on the other side, but still, the fact that they know that this is going to be a B push right now, that could still be pretty dangerous.
Huh.
ZywOo's fallen all the way back. He didn't want to try and flank them. He just wants to try and see if he could get a little bit closer to the B bomb side and help out. So 40 seconds.
What do you do now if you're Navi? You've got not even a single set of nades going. You've got a couple of smokes to work with here. Simple's gonna have to get something in. Boomich is trying to make some noise in mid, trying to draw some attention from Vitality back over to this A site in case they were stacking, which they were. So this is actually not a bad situation, and this is actually prompting the rotation, but with 20 seconds left, Anders.
Yeah, it's going to be low, but they think it's better. They assume that there's not going to be many people on this site, but ZywOo's going to get the early warning, and that's an... Oh, no, what? That should have been an easy kill. He was running out with a grenade in hand, and Simple will take a kill on Apex. I just can't believe it. That should have been a straight kill on Boomich, and with the time that was left, that's probably the round.
What a...
I can't even believe it. Some of these kills that are happening so far on this map, it's so hard to explain. Think about some of the times where Shocks have just, I mean, out on long against the pistols. This is actually mind-bending.
And it's ZywOo as well. It's just, you're not expecting ZywOo to fluff a shot.
No. Oh, man.
Ooh. The emotion is ramping up.
This is turning into just a horrible flashback to yesterday's game against Astralis. Like, you know, I think possibly worse in a bunch of different ways.
What's uncharacteristic of this is that it's almost breaking the trend that we're seeing where teams are just chaining rounds together. 3 rounds here, 4 rounds here, 5 or 6, right? They don't really go back and forth. This second half is getting scrappy. It's like 1 round here, 2 rounds, and then they're just trading back and forth right now. Thing is, that's going to favor the T side heavily. And so Navi now, I mean, they're going to catch out Shoxy again, who just seems to be dying in connector as part of his contract. And the rest of them, just USPs. Nicely done there by ZywOo, but this should be an easy cleanup.
Running out of bullets, but ZywOo could do some more damage. That's a very, very nice spray. I can't even believe it, but he's very low on health. They know where he is, and eventually they're going to come find him. Electronic will get that one. And that is the lead now for Navi, 12-11. They are 4 rounds away from putting themselves in the grand final against Astralis in, I think, would be a shocking turn of events if they took this map away from them. But honestly, all of the stats, we've already told that story many, many times. That's not what this is about. This is about emotions, I think, for Vitality. It has to be. Wow. Not many grenades on the Vitality side, so they can't hold on forever. It's going to be a bit of a rush. RPK, he needs some backup, and he needs it quickly. They're not checking the barrels so far, but Perfecto will, and that takes him down. That's very important. Apex trying his best to fight, but yeah, this is a lot of trouble coming their way. A good trade. Flamey's in there as well, and it's a 2-1-3. Navi, they have run the bomb site right over, and the bomb has been planted here. ZywOo and Shox, how do you retake this now? If you lose the rifles, you're in deep trouble. And if you don't, I mean, again, you're giving Navi that 13th round. They really want to do it.
You have to. You have enough time. The bomb just got planted, and you have a smoke. You have 2 smokes to play with here to block them off, to create some room. Simple is putting himself in a position to spray. Or just lightly throw an HE in there.
Oh, Boomich. That's a nice shot from ZywOo. 7 seconds. No kit. He's trying to no-scope, but he's not seeing him. He can't find him. 1 second left on that defuse, and it's a full-on 10-second defuse. That smoke was worth so much. An entire round, in fact. 12-12 as we move into the 15th round. I can't believe it. But again, I mean, ZywOo also has to hit that shot on Boomich coming out of the tunnel. Oh, they land right next to him, don't they?
What even is this, Anders? This is just all over the place. Well, big clutch to go their way. Navi have had a few of their clutches, you know, as well. So to be fair, it's kind of balancing out a little bit. But for Vitality, they could not have asked for a better opportunity. And that was all Navi with the setup. It looked fantastic. And I was going to say, what a fantastic call as well from Boomich or Blade, whoever's calling the shots. The rush into the site to pressure a low nade buy. You know, if Vitality are low on nades, they're going to be vulnerable to a rush. Navi make the power play. I love it. That's a fantastic call. It just doesn't break their way that time. What a cool call, though, from Navi. Just showing some real grit here.
So far out of the realms of what you would normally think of as a Navi round.
Indeed.
On top of that. So, yeah, that is very cool. No damage being done just yet. Shox is playing on his own out here by the restrooms. And again, he's been having a very, very tough game out here. It has not been fun at all. See if he could turn it around. I mean, Vitality, they're so close to doing it. They're so close to that third map all the time. But even the rounds they win, they lose so many rifles. That's a nice headshot. Dropping Perfecto. I think he was even slightly flashed in there. And now, yeah, call it off. Fall back. This should be, again, about the basics. You know that you've got the advantage. Just hold on to the bomb sites. 39 seconds here.
Yep, Shox is holding close as well. And he wins that duel. All important. 6 health on Shoxy, and he gets out of dodge. And now you can just establish the lockdown here for your Vitality. Although Flamey is going to try and make a play. Very well done from Vitality. This is a round. If they can keep everybody alive here, Anders, that is going to be terrific for Vitality going forward here in this half. And as far as the money is concerned, it's not fantastic on the side of Navi. They are going to be the ones who are going to start feeling the heat.
Oh, he's going to Molotov the AWP. He wants to make sure they don't get it. I don't think it went quite far enough, but yeah, Apex burning some.
Well played.
That's pretty malicious, isn't it? He's just...
Sick. I mean, it's details, man. It's the smallest of details. Let's see, Shoxy's perspective again.
I'm not sure if I think I heard a flashbang. I'm not sure if it was that, but certainly Shox wasn't flashed. Very important double kill for Shox. Again, think about the context of how many rounds he's died with no impact here in the second half. Absolutely great.
I'm really happy to see this graphic here from utility damage as well. I mean, Perfecto's a monster for sure, but Vitality as a team right now, they are the lowest damage with utility in the tournament. And that is, it's always so fascinating to see them do well, right? Because it's just like they're making life harder for themselves by not managing to get more damage on the board with grenades, whether they be mollies or HEs.
26th round is here, and a very default type of setup. Shox and Cyber, though, playing a little bit more, close to each other. I'm glad I'm not seeing Shox in connector alone. I just don't think that was working out enough to want to try and repeat that. He is pushing a little bit forward here. So let's see. Can he find a kill and retreat? That worked last time. This time it's going to be again. Boomich. Just as the smoke was fading, and Shox, he's going to put that up and just make his escape. That's back-to-back rounds with Shox's this very, very important kill to begin with here. And let's see. Bomb is out long.
And the patience really kicks in now for Navi, as they have to wait and hope that Vitality are the ones to make a mistake.
Well, think about one of those rounds where Saibu wasn't looking long and they crept up close.
Yeah.
That is the thing they have to avoid this time. That can't happen once again. Electronic is the one sneaking through, but a nice attack there from Shox, taking down Simple and the bomb on top. Saibu also catching a kill. That was Electronic sneaking out long. So all of the danger has been averted here. I don't know if they can really get to the B bomb site. Flamey's down there. Perfecto's only now picked up the bomb, and it's about 14 seconds. They have... I don't know if they know about Flamey. If they don't, and if they panic and just run in here, maybe Flamey could do something. The bomb making its way. No, it's gonna get stopped. Apex, that is the kill. They've lost the round here. It's gonna be 14 for Vitality. Oh, no. Apex just needed that one shot. It's really critical. Imagine, though, if he gets there and puts the bomb down, and they don't know about Flamey, that would have been an absolute disaster.
I'm very curious if Navi are falling apart over there. Because how many times are they going to lose to the clock, Anders? It's not even Vitality in the sense that... I mean, Vitality are getting opening kills, and they're obviously putting Navi under pressure and forcing them into these slow sorts of situations. But how many times are Navi just going to run out of time? And then it's not even rounds where Vitality are winning. It's just them not being able to get any kind of impact going in the late round situations here. I mean, with Flamey holding that kind of position, they shouldn't be losing on the clock.
I mean, I think the credit goes to Shox, right? For finding those kills in the middle of it. And just, I mean, Navi said they're already a slow team. When they lose people like that in the middle of the whole thing, like they just don't have the time to adjust. I mean, that's one of the downsides of playing that style.
I mean, that is Shoxy playing to his strengths, right? Restrooms, getting in there, just getting on these little tricky angles and hitting the shots.
I'm super impressed. This is the second half here for Shox. Overall, he's at 17 kills. It's completely respectable in terms of the numbers, but it's been I think mentally you could tell, very hard game for him in the second half, and he's managed to recover it all on his own. I mean, he's still playing on his own and making it work. Only pistols, and Cyber will get a little bit there. MP9 on Shox, and wants to have a little bit of a field day. I think he is much deserving of that kind of a vacation, Semler.
Oh yeah, he earned it. He earned it. Get some of that money as well. And so these guys are going to be fully bought up, fully prepared for this last round against Navi. Simple,
he's going to
be doing what he can. But I mean, this kind of plays out again into... I mean, it kind of follows the narrative that we were building up going into this second map. Navi not quite packing the punch on the T side to go toe-to-toe with Vitality. Vitality really coming into their own. Although, of course, you still have Simple alive. Not going to pull a device, though. RPK going to take Simple out of the picture, and it is going to be map point now for Vitality. Funny thing is, though, is that we said this on Nuke. You know, Vitality were up there, and they weren't able to seal the deal. Now, do they get the job done this time?
Cyber at 27 kills, Masuda at 20, Shox at 19 now.
Misuda's changed. That changes the dynamic as well.
It does.
He was here early on to carry at the beginning of this round and maybe get everybody moving along, right? And then that gives time for Shoxy and the rest to come into their own.
All right. Krieg on Simple. Let's see. They need 3 in a row. And it seems like Vitality find something that works here. Cyber getting a kill on Flamey at the beginning of the round, and he will fall right back. He's ready for more. Yeah, that is the Krieg up there, but against the AWP, it's going to be a little... Oh, nice! How does he do that? He pushes Saiwu back by pushing through the smoke and then spins to still get the kill. Now, can he escape? He's trying to make a run for it, and he'll make it back around the corner. But that was an incredibly cool move from Electronic.
They smelled the rat. That was that smoke going down. ZywOo holding angles, you know, playing aggressive that way. They were checking everything at that point. There's too much the veteran experience on Navi, man. It's so hard to pull a fast one on him.
Okay, well now let's see. This is going to be a B hit, and if the timing is right, it'll be before Apex or ZywOo get back from the A-bomb site. Because then it's a 2-on-4 down there at B, and that could be interesting. Actually, smoke goes off from RPK in the tunnel. That's really expert timing. They have to push through it. They've got no other choice, so they're going to run out again. He has a Molotov behind it. The bomb is on the ground. Oh, no. Navi, that smoke just absolutely foiled their plans. 30 seconds here, and it was simple. What do you even do? He's blind, and he is going to be dead. 16 to 12. Vitality recover their strength and put it on to a third map. We're going to go the whole distance, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we wanted. That's what we deserved between these two amazing teams. But I have to be honest. This looks so shaky from Vitality. They need to find a way to recover just a mental game into